sun is dead, its corpse is fuel. Become Nova. Nova is a rule-light tabletop RPG made by Gila RPG where the sun has exploded, but humanity survived, using shards left from the explosion to create powerful exosuits called Spark, and with these suits, they explore the dark ruins of old Earth, hoping to find ancient technology and knowledge that might just bring a new dawn. And you just happen to be one of the pilots. Written around an RPG system called Lumen, which seeks to emulate fast-paced action-packed moments you could find in video games, Nova is fast to learn and fast to play, and when I mean fast, I mean really fast. Here's the core mechanic: you basically have 3 attributes on how you act upon the world. Sun is powerful, emotional, destructive, using brute force to smash through problems, holding back immense weight, and letting your feelings radiate outward. Moon is reactive, quick, nimble, quickly unlocking a door, threading the needle, and making a quick exit. Shade is methodical, practiced, surgical, taking care to break into a system, scouting out a location, and using logic to reach a conclusion. For each point you have in these attributes when using them, you roll a d6 for each point and pick the highest number, not high enough, and you could get consequences, like tripping an alarm or enemy getting to take a shot at you. And that's it. Anytime you do anything that might have a consequence, you just roll one of these 3 attributes to solve it. No incredibly long list of skills or talents, just these 3. But there's more. You also have Spark, powerful exosuit powered by the sun. Each Spark has unique power called Power, that costs fuel to activate, acting as the primary offensive, defensive, and supportive actions you could perform in combat, but when you use them, you just do it, whether it's immediately inflicting harm on enemies, or healing your allies, no dice involved. Each Spark also has a passive, a power that activates automatically without cost, which usually combos with power the Sparks have. For example, Voyager has a passive called Marked, which mark 2 enemies, and the mark remains until they get used, whether it's shooting them with explosives, or force them to attack a hologram. Grimm's passive, Raise Dead, let it make a thrall when an enemy dies, and use it to smack other enemies around or stun them. Pyre is just really good at stabbing people. With sunlight, there's no synergy between its passive and power, but when you get to do more harm, who cares? However, like I have mentioned, power costs fuel, and you don't have infinite amount of them. Luckily, you can just loot more from dead enemies. Each time an enemy get killed, they can generate 1 health, 1 fuel, or nothing. Wow, this RPG really does feel like a video game, ha 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 ha. Some Sparks even directly aid in getting more loot, like Scorch, which has controlled burn passive that can switch the loot resource from one drop to another, or just plain get more by shaking enemy corpses harder with upgrades. These upgrades are called Flare. You get 1 every time you finish a mission and 2 as soon as you make your character. These can be used to apply mods that can upgrade your Spark stat, passive, or power. I recommend getting Efficient mod to your most frequently used power so you can always use it no matter what. But if you do run out of fuel, don't worry, remember the attribute, you can just use them. Sure, you normally use them for non-combat actions, but sometimes, you should just let your fist do the talking.
For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, just get Efficient mod. Also, distance is abstract in this RPG, no grid line, just the distance between you and the enemy counted in 4 range units: close, near, far, and beyond. Every round in combat, you can move a range unit closer or further, as Spark has speed and mobility far beyond a person could achieve. Some Sparks even have passives to move faster, or powers that could make distance a complete joke. Next question: what happens when you run out of health? Well, your suit is powered by the sun, so you basically go supernova when you are downed. This can unleash 1 powerful blow that can easily change the tide of the match. Also, you are not completely out of the mission from this. An ally can just revive you in mid-combat and you get back half of your max health and fuel. Basically, this means that sometimes in this RPG, the best course of action is to shoot your friend in their face. And now that you have learned almost everything about this RPG, you are ready to go start a campaign now. That's right, you could probably figure out how to play the game just from this. What? How long? 5 minutes video, I guess? But, just because the rule of the TTRPG is simple, that doesn't mean it's bad or it's not fun. Likewise, a complex TTRPG could sometimes be just bloody complicated to read. Besides, that's the entire point of Lumen's system. to be a fast-paced system with simple mechanics so even new players could easily figure out what to do and have a ton of fun with it. Heck, there's quite a lot of excellent TTRPG made around a Lumen system already, all of them take full advantage of what the system provides. There's also tons of third-party supplements for Nova, if you want to spice it up. I could also talk about the enemy, but it's probably better to keep the surprise they have as a surprise to the players. Moving on, you could get Nova now from itch.io, Drive-Thru RPG, or in hardcover form from Gila RPG main website. You might even want to check out other TTRPG made by Gila RPG. Anyway, that's all for now, and I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.